hello. Assalamu alaikum. Jianu Pakharagile. Ni hao ma chune shume washmale hai. Guzaimis Guten Morgen, Privet, and high hugs and hellos to everybody who's tuned into PTY. You're watching World this morning alongside Shazad Khan. Iram says, hello Iram, good morning. How are
Hello,
you?
good morning. I'm wonderful, thank you. How are you?
Absolutely perfect. All
Good.
energetic. I mean, people, come on. Time to rise and shine, wake and bake, get out of your bed, show up, dress up, do whatever, but make sure that everybody around you is happy.
Absolutely. That would be a great, actually, public service message.
Yeah,
Make sure everybody's happy today.
But how can you do that? You know, it's very hard, especially to make your wives happy, husbands think that, you know, it's a difficult job. Then, you know, to make your kids happy, your parents happy. There's too many things going on then.
To make
How did you
people
do
happy?
it? Yeah.
Well, I think it starts with your own self. You become happy first, and sometimes it can be infectious, but I don't think it's easy to be happy around a person that is not happy. You know, if you are
yeah.
unhappy, then you will make everybody else unhappy. So
Well,
I
that's
think
the
that's
negative
the first
vibe
thing.
we were talking
Start
about
with
the other
yourself.
day, right?
Yes, we were
Okay,
talking about the negative energy.
What makes you happy?
What makes me happy? Well, it doesn't make me happy to wake up early in the morning. So it takes me about an hour just to get to wake up. And then, yes, we can start talking about happiness. But I think the first cup of tea makes me happy.
Okay.
And then looking at the sun makes me happy. I love flowers. I make
Wow.
sure that I have flowers in my room. Looking at flowers makes me happy.
Wow.
And
Go ahead, take a good look at me. I mean, literally not a bunch of flowers, but it's all right. I do look like a flower. That's what my mother tells me. I don't know. Which one? Gobi ka phool? No.
I was going to say that because that's what my brothers always say to me, that yes, you're a flower, but you're a cauliflower. So I wouldn't say that to you. I wouldn't do that
Okay,
to
but
you,
whatever
Shazad,
makes
but
you happy, you know, that's what it is. And I think at the start of
it's
the
got
day.
to be the small. I think the important thing to remember is that happiness is within.
Yeah.
You don't need things to make you happy. If you
Exactly.
are a happy person, if you've got it inside, anything can make
I
you
think
happy.
happiness has to do quite a lot with contentment and composure too.
Yes,
For all
yes.
those people who contented with their lives and are composed, I think they're already happy. They do not need any other source of happiness anyways. But as a matter of fact, you know, just to be happy, all you need to do is just settle down with whatever issues you're going. Be resolved, that's it. And I think you'll be happy. And your friends, your family members, it's their responsibility to look after you as well. I mean, if you're one of those kids whom parents do not want to talk, obviously you cannot be happy. So parents, please, you know.
And as an energy healer, can I share?
Sure, why not?
You know, one of the best remedies for depression, or if you're frustrated in life, if you can practice this for 1 week, I guarantee you it will change your life. Guarantee.
What is this?
It's a big guarantee.
Okay, go ahead.
As soon as you wake up, just make it a habit to think about 3 things that you're grateful for. If you can think about 3 new things every day, and they can be as simple as, oh wow, what a beautiful day today.
Yeah.
I love that I'm sleeping in a warm bed, or whatever, even if it's a tiny thing, but if you can actually train your brain to focus on something that you're grateful for, rather than, you know, let the stress hit you or the frustration hit you, I'm running late for work or whatever it is, those are just habits of the mind. So if you train your mind to be grateful to God, then you are actually really implementing some great habits.
A very nice exercise, you know, suggested by her. But then, you know, okay, so I just started thinking about her. What would be the next 3 things I'll be grateful about? So I think tomorrow morning I'll be grateful about getting hot water in my shower. Then a heater which is turned on, and then a breakfast which is going to be ready. And my mom makes it as well. So I'm grateful for that. Thank you,
That
God.
is wonderful.
And you know, always be grateful about all those good things which are in your life. And now, since we're talking about being grateful, you know, you're an ambassador of women empowerment as well. And I'm grateful of the fact that, you know, we're actually on that path where we no more have to, you know, talk about issues like that, you know, women don't go to school, or these other stereotypes you attach to women or ladies or girls, whatsoever the problem might be. But then at least now we can talk about it openly, even on national television, on every other media platform, may it be print or social or whatnot. So on 9th of January, there's something amazing which took place, and I think we took the advantage of the opportunity, and it was the International Women Empowerment Winter Expedition. And it was led by, obviously, the daughter of the soil, Miss Samina Beg as well, and all of these women, they went up and, you know, bossed some pass. I mean, we'll get the conversation started. I think what we need to do is introduce the guest first, so that we can probably explain what it is and what it was.
So we start with our amazing guest, Samina Beg. And next to her is Komal Uzair. She's from Dubai.
Yeah, I live in Dubai.
So you live in Dubai.
Right.
And then our next one is from Ariana Dabier. Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Dabier, thank you. She's actually from the U.S.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's wonderful to see you as well. And then please correct me if I pronounce your name incorrectly. Siv Eni Heiberg
Yes.
from Norway.
Yes.
Welcome. Welcome.
Thank you
all
very
of
much,
you.
ladies, for being on
Thank
this
you for
show. Thank you
joining
very
us.
much once again. Congratulations for,
Yeah.
completing it successfully as well. Tell us about it. And then how long did it take to reach the summit as well? Or what
You guys
difficulties did you guys
just
face?
completed this yesterday,
Yeah.
right? It's
Yes.
only been a day. You must be still so exhausted.
Here we are, actually.
Well, thank you for taking the time for
Yeah.
being here and sharing this wonderful moment of success with us. So thank you. We're
Thank you
so
for
excited
having
to
us
have
on
you.
your
Yeah.
show. I mean, it's been always wonderful whenever we organize any kind of event. PTV is always there to support us, to give the message
Thank
to
you.
the country or other countries.
Everybody outside, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, me and my brother, we have been on your show many
Yeah.
times, and we are talking about adventure sports and
What a
winter
good team
sports.
you guys have, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as we always say that we are trying to introduce such sports in Pakistan as mountaineering or ice climbing or skiing, ice skating, different winter sports. And this year we said, okay, we have done some camps for youth. But this year our plan was to organize International Women Winter Expedition.
Yeah.
So we could involve different wonderful ladies from different countries, so we can climb together and let people know that we can climb together, and women are not like they can't do it. So this was basically our message. And
I think what I'll do over here is I would let Iram speak about it as well, because she's an ambassador for Women in Power. I am, though, but I think Iram might probably explain it in a better way because she herself is a lady, right? So go ahead.
Yes.
Take
well,
it along.
I have to admit that I was so excited to hear about this because, it's one thing to talk about women empowerment along the general lines that, the rest of the world talks about too. But for a country like Pakistan that is viewed as still a country of the East where women are not empowered, to be, starting with something like mountaineering, and you have already went to the Everest. You've done that already, which is great, which is awesome. I was talking to you about that. And then to be able to do this summit just for the sake of women empowerment. How did you think about that? Why for women empowerment? How did you get started in that?
well, I think the perception about our country or about our women is different. Normally, I mean, women are working in different field of life. They're playing different sports. They're working in different offices. But still, the perception is that we are not, we are not allowed to go out of our houses, or we are not allowed to work.
Yes.
So this was one thing we said. Okay, we are working in different field, but mountaineering is completely different. You stay away from your house for like months, and you are not with your family.
Yeah.
So if women can do this, they are, they
And
are
it's physically
they-
quite
yeah,
taxing,
it
quite
is.
intense.
It is. It takes a
And-
lot of energy. It's not.
Yeah.
It's especially in winters, because summer is, much better, I would say. In winter, it's double. So if women can climb in winter, so they are very, very.
But they can
capable.
obviously
do
be
everything.
hand in hand, in every walk of life and every field as well. But let me just move on to Komal over here, since you came from Dubai for this expedition as well. So how was it when you told your parents in the first place that, me, mom, dad, I have to go for this expedition? It's about women empowerment. What did they say?
Yeah, no, actually, well, I'm basically from Pakistan, but in a very hot area as well, like originally from Sakkar, so it's
That is Hutwa, say.
that is too.
Yeah.
So it's like even Dubai was a similar place as well. It's very, very hot. So when I actually my interest started from because my dad was very interested, always when he was young in expeditions and trekking as well. So I had heard about all these treks from him. I read about it from different our first generation mountaineers, and now from by following Samina and Mirza as well. So when I came to know about it, I was like very, very excited, and I knew it was a big challenge because winter is a very tough expedition. Summer alone is very difficult, and I didn't have much experience in it. I had done a little bit of trekking before in Nepal, but this was completely different.
Yeah.
So when I told my father, my brother, and my husband, they were like, "Are you out of your mind? Maybe go by all means, but not in winter.
Yeah.
It's very harsh. Like few men go in winter, so let alone women to be new in this field to try that.
See, this is the mindset.
Yeah.
These words.
Yes.
You need to pick them. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, but they were very supportive though. But they were concerned, of course, because of the winter, because of the the difficulty of the weather alone, let alone the track.
Yeah.
So, but they were quite supportive. So I think at the end they did come around. They did came around the idea.
Good.
Still, they're like asking me, "What did you do? Okay, did you lose your fingers or toes or anything, to frostbite?" But I think it is a difficult idea for even men to accept than the women, So, but I'm blessed and I'm quite lucky to have all the support from the men of my family.
I think that's what I wanted to pick up on is that, for example, when she had to probably not ask for permission or seek for permission, but she, went there and asked her father or probably told them that, this is what I'm going to do. So the idea generated, the words which came out of your mouth were, or let alone men. I mean, come on, man. That's what we need to get rid of because we're talking about women empowerment anyways. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to do is that we're going to share a few clips of them doing what they do best. Go ahead, take a look at this video. When you guys are going to come back, we'll ask Ariana, how was it for her to be in Pakistan?
All right, that seemed like just a lot of fun, but at the same time, I can't imagine how difficult it must have been. Congratulations, yes, but I was thinking the hardship of the weather, frostbite you mentioned, not taking shower for so many days, I don't know how many times you probably thought, oh my God, what did I get myself into? I came all the way here to do this. When is this going to end? And then to finally be able to make it. When you have arrived, you are now successful. You have, you have done what you started out to do. Take us in that moment. How did it feel, Ariana? What does it feel like to finally be able to reach that
sense of achievement?
Yeah, that sense of achievement.
So I think as a team, something that's wonderful about these expeditions is that it's not about just being an individual. It's not like my success is your success is my success. We succeed as a team.
Yes.
At some point, we were all carrying each other's burdens. I personally didn't make it to the summit. Samina and Steve did. But the amount of joy that I felt to hear that they made it, I may not have seen the view, and I may not have been standing there as much as I wanted to be, but I felt so much joy as if I had climbed that because we worked so hard together.
So it's like Mikasa, Sukasa, Sukasa,
Yes.
Mikasa. That's
Well,
what
and
it
you
is.
know,
Every
that's,
point.
it's actually one of the things that I am very passionate about when it comes to women empowerment. I truly believe it's about collaboration, which is what you
Yes.
just mentioned so beautifully. Although collaboration should not just be about, for women, but especially when it comes to empowerment of women, especially Eastern women. The beauty of what you just mentioned, that it was a collaboration. They were there.
Yes.
You weren't there physically, but you were living through them, and you got to experience it through them. That was such a beautiful thing.
Amazing, amazing. Well, moving on to you now. So first things first, how was it to be in Pakistan, first of all, and how did you got to know about this expedition taking place?
This is, I've been looking for Pakistan for a while because I think it's a country with many adventures laying here. You have a lot of mountains, you have a lot of things to do here. It's the first time I've been in Pakistan, and some of my friends said, "Oh, is that safe for you as a woman alone going there?" And I have been so taken care of. The hospitality among the Pakistani people has been overwhelming. So this is really a good country to come to for adventures. Norway is a winter country, so we have some winter adventures there as well. We're ice climbing in waterfalls and skiing and so on. So I'm quite used to the cold, and I'm used to skiing and some kind of adventures. And I was looking forward to this women empowerment because I think it's different when women are together in this kind of exhausting things, because men are so competitive. But women, we are not competitive. We are together, and we really have made each other strong in this period. We have been like a family, and we're helping each other. We've been struggling together. We've been laughing together. We've been dancing together. We had a really, really good time here.
Amazing that, but that sense of accomplishment or achievement, let's elaborate on that too a bit. When you reached the top, when you've done the summit, what did you feel? What was your adrenaline rush like?
Oh, I was so happy because it was quite struggling. It was very steep. It was a lot of snow. It was a glacier. It was rolling stones. It was. We used 6.5 hours to reach the summit. It was exhausting, and we made it. We were so happy. So it's a feeling that nothing can compare.
I just wanted to make a comment. You touched on something so beautiful, that you mentioned that when you were up there, you were not from Norway, she was not from Pakistan, you were just women helping each other. And if, that's something that I have been preaching for a while. It's on my website too. I like to quote the Dalai Lama, where he said that the Western woman is going to change the world. And I have added my own couple of sentences to that, where I say, yes, the Dalai Lama is correct. The Western woman is going to change the world, but she's going to do that by helping her sisters in the East, which is exactly what you were doing, metaphorically and in actuality as well, as you guys were helping each other climb up. What a beautiful, beautiful journey that you guys shared, and what a beautiful experience that you brought back for the rest of us. All of us women can experience that through you, and the beauty of what happens when women collaborate. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much for that. And ladies and gentlemen, at this point of time, I think we'll have to go for a short break because all my family members have started calling me. I need to check if something's all right or not. So we're going for a short break. Don't go anywhere, all right?
The Khatak dance from the mountainous terrain of the legendary Khyber Pass is performed by an all-male group of hardy tribesmen.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, and thank God everything's fine back home as well. And for all those people who keep their cell phones on silent, please make sure that you don't miss a call from your family because it can be urgent too. But thank God everything's fine.
Yes,
Everywhere
wonderful,
else, we
thank
hope
God,
that
yes.
everybody's fine as well. Coming back to the topic what we were discussing, in fact, not topic. I mean, obviously it's a joyful show because they've done it successfully as well. But Ariana, I just wanted to talk about the image of Pakistan you get in the West as well. And then, you know, how hard was it for you to make it over here to Pakistan and then be a part of this expedition?
Especially about women, because I know being from the US myself, there's a completely different image that the Americans have about us Pakistani women, especially living in Pakistan. I'd love for you to elaborate on that.
Yes, of course. I think it was a hard concept for many to understand. I mean, there wasn't anything.
Did your family freak out when you told them you're going to Pakistan?
I think they didn't freak out, but they were definitely concerned.
Yeah.
I think just the general image in the past, there was a lot of inhibition, maybe some worry, a lot of unknown of what I was coming into. There were a lot of questions asked. You know, what are your plans? Who are you going to be with? Is it going to be safe? I have a very supportive family. And they're used to me taking a lot of risks. So they just, okay, just call me. But, you know, I think to answer your question about the image of women is I think there is a false conception of maybe oppression or a lot of, you know, maybe not a lot of support for women wanting to do these things. And being here, I've said it so many times, and I'll say it again, is that I have never felt the kind of support for women empowerment than I did on this expedition.
Wow.
All of our everyone from Shimshal, from the village, were just, they gave everything that they had for each of us to succeed. They wanted to know, you know, our stories, who we were. They would hold our hands, pull us up, you know, they would carry our burdens, like everyone. It was like a family. And
See, that's how Pakistanis are. I mean, that's the best part. Thank you very much for saying that.
it was very humbling, and so much.
Okay, now there's one more thing which I wanted to ask, and that is that, you know, since we do, I don't know why, but you know, quite a lot of people on television, they do tend to give examples from the West as well. But in terms of domestic violence,
Yes.
you know, I think West obviously supersedes whatever East is doing or whatever is happening as well. In terms of women empowerment, I think we really need to relate it with domestic violence as well, because that's how they are oppressed as well, right? So how do you think things are over there in terms of domestic violence? And then obviously we can talk about our country as well, because women do get beaten at times over here. Sorry for that.
No, I think to think.
Yeah, go ahead, take your time.
Yeah, I think.
Meanwhile, we can move on to Norway while you're thinking. Yeah, okay, so
Yeah.
Norway state, go on.
Yeah, I think Scandinavian women has come a long way for gender equalization. I'm working as a surgeon in Norway, and it's quite usual to have female surgeons there. So I think but women in all over the world, we are all sisters, and we need to help each other. There's always something to do. I think so.
Very nice.
Shahzad, I think to address domestic violence, I have volunteered as a in
there
that
anything you've left
particular.
out?
No, anything to do with women, I've been there. So in Dallas, I have volunteered for victims of domestic violence, and what I can tell you is it's the same. It's the same everywhere. It's not a problem of culture, although yes, culture does play somewhat of a role. It is more of the bullying mindset. It is more of an individual problem. So it's just as prevalent, it's just as big of a problem in the West, in America especially, as it is everywhere else.
And now, you know, what we need to highlight is that just imagine that just one expedition can open up so many doors to awareness, to all those people who are out there, they're listening to this conversation, we're disseminating information as well. So I think we probably need to focus on their experiences as well. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, we'll have to go for a short break, because what we'll do is, it was a total of 6 women, and we've only had 4 of them on the show, so 2 of them are going to replace the other 2 as well. So we're going
Shahzad, we're also going to find out if they're going to name the peak. It's like naming a baby. We want to find out.
That's what it is.
They've
That's
come
what
up
the
with a
surprise is.
name.
Exciting part.
Well,
Have you come up with a name?
Important part.
Yeah, I think that's the most
Yeah.
important part. What if, you know, I'd be so lucky if they name it after me, man.
Oh God!
Shahzad
Can you
Peak.
can you
But
be
just
more
because Shahzad-
can you be more narcissistic? Can you be more self-centered?
Why not? Why not? I mean, why not? Okay, Shahzad and Urim Peak. You know, see, that can happen too.
I think
Samina
I
Beg's
like
Peak.
that.
Whatever,
Shahzad
man.
I have
Samina
peak
has
on
a
my
peak,
name.
yeah.
Yeah, see,
Yeah, I
what?
have.
See, if you can have it, I can have it too. Be a
I
friend,
cried
right?
in myself, Shahzad.
Okay, I'll do it too. I'll do it too, but a small one, all right?
Okay,
A
sure,
small one.
sure.
But that's perfectly all right. Baby steps, ladies and gentlemen. I'm on the path as well.
You can
towards-
start with Margla.
Yeah, I think I've done that, but it's already Margala, right? See, that's what you were saying. So you'll have to say, oh, you can start
Yeah.
with that. And then I'll be like, okay, let me think.
There
But
are
maybe
so many peaks unclimbed, so you can climb and then we can rename.
probably the
Shahzad.
one which is not the toughest one.
Yeah.
That's what it
Okay.
is. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go
Baby
for a
peak.
short break, and then there's going to be a change of faces over here as well. And as soon as you're going to come back, we'll obviously name the mountain. I mean, do we get the right to name the mountain as well?
Yes.
Okay, so if you've climbed it, you name it. Wow, that's great. Let's take a break. Good morning.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are joined by Samina Beg and her wonderful team that just came back from their
International Women Expedition.
yes, exactly, and they climbed the summit. And we are actually now joined by the two remaining members of the team. We have Sadaf and we have Bisma. Welcome. Sadaf, you were born and raised in Qatar, and Bisma is actually from Pakistan. So wonderful to have you guys here as well.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, absolutely.
So would you guys mind sharing your experiences?
Oh, no, not
I'm really sorry for plunging directly into it, but that's how it is. Because we have been talking about it for a longer time now. Go ahead.
I was in awe of them because of their majesty and the power that they hold and the power that they have to make you feel really small. But I was a student, so I could never pursue this passion of mine. And recently I started working, and I was able to come into this field. And I was planning to go for Kilimanjaro 2017, but unse pehle Pakistan Youth Outreach, they had this initiative for a women's winter expedition, which was really appealing. So I went for it and I registered for it.
Amazing.
Wonderful.
What about
amazing,
you,
great
Bisma?
job.
My experience about this expedition is very good because for me this was first time in winters.
Yeah.
My cousins used to make fun of me that you wouldn't be able to survive this temperature, because at first we expected that it would be minus 15 to 20, but when we went there it was it was below minus 30, minus 30 to 35 at high camp, or minus 40 maybe at night. So I'm very happy that I survived it, and I feel strong now.
Yeah.
That I'm able to do
personal
it.
limitations that you believed were true, and
Yes,
proved them
I
to be
mean,
wrong.
yeah, they were making fun of me, and now look, I'm here.
So now you can make
That's
fun of them.
wonderful.
as well.
I can make fun of them.
About you, it's just about making fun of
No,
probably your cousin,
no,
your
no.
cousins making fun
Actually,
of you.
Hey, that's a big achievement.
Yeah,
That is
that
a
is,
big
that is.
achievement.
I'm not
in life.
saying that,
When
but
you can
know.
make fun of your cousins, that is a big
Yeah,
achievement in
actually
life.
now I feel more strong, and I think that I'm able to do much better than this, and
Okay.
I'm looking forward to.
So did you guys make it to the summit as well?
No, I went to the high camp and I returned from there because at that point I was feeling a bit hectic. There
Alright.
was some kind,
You were tired.
I was
Yeah.
feeling a fever in my body, so I thought it's not a good idea to push myself up to the summit. I can come back, mountains will remain there.
Rihanna, how
I
were
can
you
come back
feeling when
at any
you know?
time.
When
Respecting
did you
your own
decide that okay, I cannot go or walk any further? That's what it is.
Yeah, I got some sort of respiratory infection from the cold, and also came back. It was very cold. It was hard. Everyone worked very hard on this expedition. It was not easy.
And then, yeah, go ahead.
How do you think this is going to translate further in your life as you're so young even right now, all of you. How
Thank
do you
you.
think this affects your, you're welcome. How do you think this affects your mindset as you move forward in life, you know, in different aspects of life?
I mean, I think that the reason I'm so drawn to the mountains as well, as like Sadaf said, is there's something that you learn. You learn to push past your limits.
Yeah.
You learn there's like a barrier that whether it's, you know, pain or a long day or the cold, you have to push past it. And so there's the mentality there that I know will carry into every aspect of my life.
Very nice.
And then there's the teamwork too, especially being together as women and like and creating that family, creating that community and helping each other. These are lessons
Sisterhood.
that yes,
Sisterhood,
just
yeah.
humanity.
This
That's
is
what
going
it
to
is.
remain with you for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
It definitely.
And then you know what?
Yeah, as we said, once you meet in the mountains, you are friends forever.
Friends forever.
So yeah.
That's great, but you
Because
know.
your lives depend on
Yeah.
each other.
Yeah.
Sorry to keep
No,
interrupting.
it's perfectly all right. But this is what I wanted to say, that you know, in life you do experience such difficult or harsh situations where you literally have to pick your own self up, and then you know you have to push those limitations away as well. And once you start doing that, I don't see any hurdles coming in my life now. For example, if I have gone through such experiences, which I did, obviously it's not related to mountains only. It's where if you're whatever walk of life you are from, obviously every day you do have a challenge. And if you take it as a challenge, that's when you push your boundaries. But if you take it as a burden, I don't think that you can even walk a mile in those shoes. But now, Samina, okay, we have to name the mountain as well.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're the only ones who conquered it so far. So
Yeah.
you
As
think,
much as Shahzad would like to name it, I think he can.
So what
But
did
he
you-
finally realized
Yeah.
he can.
But
so-
I said before that first Shahzad has to climb a mountain on his own,
Yeah.
and then we will rename.
I think
Yes.
I'll do it.
Well, I will add something,
Sure.
you know, before telling you
Rename
the
it,
name.
yeah.
Yes.
But our plan was first to go to Shimshal Pass
Alright.
to climb Mount Minglisar.
Yeah.
But then we had some logistic problem because the locals, the porters were not ready to go to Shimshal Pass. It is very difficult.
Yeah.
So then we make another plan to go to Gujarat Valley and climb this unclimbed peak in Boisam region. And we have named the peak Kohi Zamiston.
Kohi Zamiston.
Yeah, in local language, and it means Mount Winter.
Mount Winter.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So we have named our peak.
Wow,
Mount
man. I
Zimiston.
mean, just by listening to it, I feel so honored of the fact that, you know, we're doing this on our show as well on World This
Announcing the
Morning.
name for the first time,
Announcing
yes.
the name, and it's Kohe Zomistan, and the name means Mount Winter. That's what it is. And, you know, for all those people who might want to go now, which area is that? And then, you know, how can probably they reach out to that place?
Your
To Kohe Zomistan.
Kohi Zimistan.
Yeah.
Okay, Kohi Zimistan is located in Shimshal in Gujarat Valley.
All right.
So it's more accessible. It's like 3 days hike from Shimshal, and it will take probably 7 days. It's 7 days expedition.
That's what it is.
So I would love everyone to go and climb this peak
And-
because it's
and-
beautiful, and it's very, very at the same time it's very challenging.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
But what about your future endeavors, all of you? I mean, we'll start with you.
Well, my plan is to climb K2
Yeah,
next. It's
inshallah.
K2 is on my list, but my main thing is, you know, I want to, you know, invite lots of women in these sports so they can go and climb.
I think
different
Iram's
peaks.
going to come. Whenever you're going, Iram's going to be
I
on
don't
the
know
list.
if I can just do 3 miles on a treadmill, I'm happy with that. I mean, I have the utmost respect for all of these wonderful, wonderful ladies, but I don't think I'm going to do it.
But
I
if
think
it's for
everyone has
women
their own
empowerment, I
mountains
think.
in life.
I-
You know, you don't need to
hey, I
climb
love
mountains.
that.
Yeah,
Yes,
you don't need
yes.
to climb mountains.
We do
you have your own
we,
mountain.
We
yeah.
all have
Oh,
mountains to
yeah.
climb. That is,
Yeah.
hey, you got a lot of wisdom from climbing mountains too. That's awesome.
Really, that is.
great.
What about
I
you,
love
Salah?
that.
Yeah, right now I think I'm going to go back to working. I work in Qatar, but we have plans that we're going to come back in the summer and we are going to try to summit Mount Spantik and with some colleagues of mine that were in the same expedition as now.
Wow, amazing. What about you, Bisma?
Right now, I will complete my education first, and
Yeah,
then
you
I
need
will
to do that.
continue in mountaineering.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Good. Rihanna. So when are we going to see you next on the show as well?
This is just the beginning of
Alright.
coming back here and climbing so many more mountains, hopefully together with these women and many more women. This is the start of what I've been aspiring for the past several years of my life, is this women empowerment in the mountains and gender equality in the outdoors. And this is my passion, and I want to
see, that's how inclusive our environment is as well. That's what it is. Any last words, any messages you want to give out to your fans? Probably, Samina, go ahead, take it away.
Well, I want to say that about these women, these girls, they are very, very strong, and anyone can do anything. Nothing is impossible. When you work hard, when you believe in yourself, you can achieve any heights. So just focus on your goal and plan your goals, and then work on it. So will you reach your goals?
Yeah, that's what it is. So, you want to say something, Hiram?
I'm just still thinking about what she said, that everybody has mountains to climb in their lives, and you guys just prove that you know, whatever limitations we have, whatever mountains we have, they're probably just created in our heads, and you can climb them whenever you want to. Whatever limitation you have has just been created by your mind.
Because the
And
word
your mind
impossible
can
itself
uncreate
says, I am possible.
I am possible.
That's what it is. So,
absolutely.
ladies and gentlemen, I think this is it for now. And for your feedback, obviously, you can log on to our Facebook fan page, which is with the name of
World This Morning, WTM.
Yes, and on Twitter, it's
World This Morning.
Morning without a G, and on Dailymotion's YouTube,
World This Morning.
Well This Morning, and the fabulous repeat is going to be at 5
11:05
past 11
p.m. Yes.
That's what it is. So till the next time, ladies and gentlemen, look after yourself. Please make sure that by the end of the day, whenever you're about to sleep, be resolved. That's what it is. So 1, 2, 3, good
Morning.
morning. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.